Welcome. Today we're plunging into Martin Scorsese's 1991 thriller Cape Fear. Now, on the surface, it's a terrifying cat-and-mouse game, a classic psychological thriller plot. But we want to go a bit deeper than just the thrills. Our mission today really is to unpack the film's, well, its pretty profound reflections on three big themes: vengeance, justice, and maybe most disturbingly, the family.
Right. And just to set the scene quickly for everyone, the core conflict revolves around Max Cady, Robert De Niro's character, an ex-convict. He's out for revenge against his former lawyer, Sam Bowden, played by Nick Nolte. Cady is absolutely convinced that his 14 years inside were because Bowden deliberately buried a report, something that might have lessened his sentence. And Scorsese, well, he really leans into this. He uses visuals that echo Hitchcock, even Gothic melodramas sometimes, to ask these big questions about, our institutions and how thin that line is between being civilized and something much darker.
Yeah, that setup is so important because Cady isn't just some random bad guy showing up. He is the engine here, the force of vengeance driving everything. And what's fascinating, and what the analysis points out, is how Scorsese makes him complex. He's not like a simple monster.
Exactly. His motivation, even though it leads to truly horrifying actions, it starts from a place you can actually understand, a real betrayal. Bowden did sabotage his defense. It's a fact in the film. And that gives Cady's rage this sort of comprehensible grounding, right? It forces you, the viewer, into this really awkward spot. You're repulsed, obviously, but you kind of get why he's so angry, at least initially.
But that initial anger, it doesn't stay simple, does it? It morphs into something, well, almost operatic. He really leans into the role, all the tattoos, the quoting scripture, presenting himself like this avenging angel figure.
Oh, absolutely. Theatricality is definitely the word. And Scorsese amps that up visually. Those intense close-ups, the lighting. It makes Cady seem almost larger than life. And his revenge isn't just about one quick act. No, it's methodical. It's this slow psychological tearing down of Sam's entire world. That includes, manipulating his wife, Lee, and then that incredibly disturbing grooming of the daughter, Danielle. The aim is complete destruction, total humiliation.
So Cady is pure focused vengeance.
Yeah.
But like you said, the whole reason this works, the whole reason we're even talking about it this way, is because Sam Bowden, Mr. Law and Order himself, messed up first. The analysis really hammers home how fragile the idea of justice is in this film.
It's a massive irony, isn't it? Sam, the lawyer, the guy meant to uphold the system, he betrays it right at the start, hiding evidence to make sure Cady goes down. He broke the law himself, probably telling himself it was for the greater good. But that action, that ethical compromise, is exactly what Cady latches onto to justify his own terrible actions. Sam's hands aren't clean, not at all.
Right. And then, when Cady gets out, the legal system is shown to be, well, pretty useless, actually. The police seem bogged down in procedure, kind of ineffective. Cady dances right around the edges of the law, stalking, making threats, but always just careful enough not to leave concrete proof.
Yeah, it exposes how powerless the system can be against someone who knows how to exploit it. And when those official channels fail, what happens? Justice becomes personal, it becomes violent. That final showdown on the boat is just chaos, pure brutality.
Yeah.
Sam does survive, but like the analysis points out, he's no shining hero restoring order. He's just damaged.
Trauma.
The victory, if you can call it that, feels pretty hollow.
Okay, and that leads us straight into the third theme, the family, which arguably is the real casualty here. A lot of thrillers might just focus on the external threat, but the argument here is that Cady didn't so much create the Bowden family crisis as expose it. He was like a catalyst.
That's probably the most unsettling part, yeah. The Bowden family already had serious problems. Lee's resentment over Sam's affairs, Danielle feeling alienated. The cracks were already there. Cady just wedged himself into those cracks. That scene where he talks to Danielle in the school theater. It's so disturbing because it shows the vulnerability wasn't just outside the house. It was inside too.
And the climax on the boat during that huge storm, it's incredibly symbolic, isn't it? It's literally the family unit facing total shipwreck, total annihilation.
They make it through. Yes, they survive together. But it's a victory soaked in trauma. The family we see at the end isn't the same one. They're changed, scarred by the horror. It feels like Scorsese's rather bleak take on the modern family. Not some safe haven, but this fragile thing, always under threat from within and without.
So wrapping this up, Cape Fear isn't just a scary movie. It's really digging into some uncomfortable truths. It's this meditation on violence, morality, where vengeance can actually spring from a real injustice, where the system designed to protect us can fail completely, and where the family unit itself can just shatter under pressure.
And maybe the final thought leaves you wrestling with is this. In our modern world, when those legal and moral safety nets seem to disappear, maybe there aren't any truly safe places left. There's only perhaps the will to resist, to fight back. But as the Bowdens find out, that resistance, it comes with a truly terrible price.